Good morning, this is Anka Metcalf with TradeOutloud.com. Welcome to my pre-market game plan for the major future indices, gold and oil for today, Monday. It is March 20th. It is 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Let's start by taking a look at NQ. So what we see here is that we had a drop in overnight price action that stabilized into a support area. Don't forget that 5,400 is a lot of support that is coming from the daily chart, and the price is hovering around this area for quite a little, 5 points to the upside, 5 points to the downside. So we are basically in a 10-point range right here from the support that is at 53.95 and resistance at 54.10. Unless we break 54.10, we're going to remain captive, and price is going to remain captive within this range. If we break below 95, we have room to continue lower into 53.90, 53.80 and lower. But if we break higher above 54.10, we have definite room to continue higher, not much, but by 10 points. If we digest 54.20 area, then we have room for another 10 to 20 points to the upside all the way into 54.40 area. But 53.30 is going to be our first target area. We have this cluster of resistance here, and 54.30 is going to have a say in that matter. So all that matters for this open and literally for the first two trading hours is the 54.04 all the way into 54.10. So this is going to be the bracket over 54.10. We can actually look to potentially go long. Targets into 54.20, like I said, 54.30, 54.40. Extremely hard to go there, taking into consideration that on Friday we had the sell that happened very close, very close to the close. So we had a very hard advanced, tested resistance, and then we had a sell-off that continued in the extended session overnight. So this is going to be the line in the sand. If this remains a resistance at 54.10, we will look to short below 54.05, maybe 54.04 for more confirmation, or would be under 54. So this is going to be the real line in the sand here. But just keep in mind, it's going to be extremely difficult. Usually after option expiration, we have calibration Monday. That is going to either shift the direction or continue the upwards direction. So far, let's not ignore the fact that we have a high and we have one, two, three lower highs in this matter, but we are sitting on support right here. So it's a very, very contradicting pattern. All right, let's move along and let's see how YM is shaping up. Pattern-wise, pretty much the same. We remain captive in a range here, and we also have this declining to 100. 20,865 is going to be the line in the sand. If we break this line, we will look to go long. Other than that, we will remain with a neutral bias, taking into consideration that the daily chart is still on a lot of support, and the support is coming from this prior low right here from overnight session 20,824, and we have another support level here on the daily chart from the daily chart that is setting at 20,750. So if we break above this 65 area, we have room to continue higher back into the 80, 90, and maximum to a 20. And then if we break below this area, then we can talk about a little shorting on this side. But again, it's going to be extremely, extremely hard to short this area. You could see that the slow grind we had overnight, and we had it in the Asian session, we had it in the European session, and right now we're just trying to balance and find support here at 40, 50, 60 range. All right. For the downside, targets are going to be 820, 800, 880, 860, and all the way into 50. And these are going to be the targets for today. The S&P 500 is stabilizing, and you could see pretty much flat 200 moving average here, 2370. We had a move to the upside exactly into this resistance. Algo trading at its best, 2374, And if we break above this range, we have room to continue higher at 23.80, 85, 87 to max. But I think the cluster is going to be in the real battle, the bulls and the bear battle. The tug of war is going to be between this area right here. So 23.68, 23.74. If we break below this 68 area, then we might continue lower. It's going to be a very tight target. The risk reward is asymmetric at this point into 66, and then we can have a continuation lower at 23.60, 23.57. Let's take a look at gold, and gold has been rising in the overnight session. It is stabilizing now. 1230 is an area of support. It is looking very interestingly, and if we get a break above this 1232 area, we can continue higher into the 35 area. However, keep in mind we're going to have a little wider stop and it has to be a soft stop. That means that we're not going to have hard stops in place. If I'm going to trade gold, I'm not going to have a hard stop in place because this is the cushion of support from 29 all the way into 27. And at 27, at some point, I would be ready to kill the trade. But I'm going to watch price action, and I'm going to wait for a pivot to form in this area. And I think we do have room to continue higher. I'm a little bit... it's a little bit tough here because we broke this first area of support at 31 and we came into 30, and that's what I mean by a soft stop. It means that they're giving a little bit of room. They're clearing out all the stops before the move continues higher. But we're going to see how that's going to play out throughout the day today if we're going to have a trade in that. All right, move down in oil this morning. Very interestingly enough, we have a double top situation on the hourly chart, and we have a total reversal that came in from the daily chart with a trigger, with an overnight trigger at $49. This was the area, the breakdown area, if you will. $49 capped price at this point, and we continue lower into $48.50, which is another area of support based on this chart and also based on daily chart. Remember, we're still on a very sloppy support area, and even the smaller time frame charts are suggesting very, very choppy moves. So far for the move right now, we had a downward move. We're bouncing off this 48.50 level, and I think the 48.80 level is going to be the catalyst for today, because if we break that area, we have room to continue higher into the $49 area, 49.25.50, back into these highs here. Shorting is going to be a tough one. We're going to take a look at small time frames. This is not going to be something that is going to be my absolute favorite right off the bat trade, even though it's setting up really nicely on a 2-minute sell right here. But I'm waiting for a little bit more confirmation in about a minute or so. We can talk about a short here, 61 by 70 on the 1-minute chart with a target into 48. That would be an option. We're going to take a look at that obviously a little bit later on as the pattern emerges. So I hope you all have a profitable trading week. Remember, new week, new goals. And remember, for those of you that are Trade Out Loud students, we have a class tonight and throughout the week, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Time until 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Take a look at your emails. A reminder was sent out with the login information and the password. For those of you that are not registered for this class, an email reminder was sent out also this morning. There's still some time to sign up for the 10-day Power Income Day Trading Futures class. The class starts today. Remember, all the sessions will be recorded, so you're not missing out anything. You can't make it today, if you can't make it tomorrow. Remember, all the classes are recorded, and you have plenty of time to recoup, and needless to say, you can retake the class at any time. So thanks so much for joining today, and for more trading ideas, stay tuned.